this video, you're going to see the future.
Hello guys, thanks very much for joining us today. We had to pull the stream a minute ago because we're just having technical challenges here, just so you know what's going on. I'm traveling around the United States of America, learning about your country, working out where to be, what to do, working with new people. And in fact, the technical setup here, that just so you guys know, for total transparency, I'm actually in someone's bedroom. This guy, Dave, who I've met out here in, well, you don't need the exact location, but I'm in the Florida Panhandle. He's like, yeah, you can stream from my house. So I'm at his house, and I'm using, with the great largesse of Destiny Church, a team of lovely technicians that are learning this kit. Now, this show is not about the show itself. And I always think, actually, like when you're in a personal relationship, like a marriage or any relationship, when the relationship becomes entirely about discussing the relationship is in trouble, because the relationship should have a vision and a project, you know, whether that's children or some shared vision of love, other than discussing its own mechanic. But it's necessary because of the sort of obvious depth, breadth, and vividness of the challenges we face, that I've got to address them with you. So we're going to do the show today. I've got loads of stuff to talk to you about. Some of it is covering, again, further information about the depth and degree of cover-up around matters pertaining to, in particular, the vaccines. Like they covered up information about people being negatively affected, cardiovascular problems, that sort of stuff. And that's like a bit of reporting from Naomi Wolf, who's going to be coming on the show soon. We're also talking about media coverage of the election campaign. And what I've noticed, and what I've told you before, is that a pre-election or electoral run-up period in your country, probably in mine, but there's nowhere quite like your country, becomes a kind of odd vortex, a liminal and purgatorial space, a kind of difficult to discern unreality. So, is everything okay on the sound? If is anyone here other than me looking at the comments? Because I could just see the corner of it, and I just saw the word sort of sound. Is it okay? You guys are all cool. Yeah, you can hear it. All right. So we're going to cover a few things that are about how media are covering the two parties' campaigns and the sort of biases that are there. Then, actually, because of like a story that happened last week around one of the advertisers we had, I'm going to cover some stuff about Wi-Fi radiation, and a story about Andrew Huberman talking about electromagnetic waves and how it affects male fertility and even testosterone. And that's it. So let's see how we get on together. Firstly, if you're watching us on YouTube, we're just going to be here for about 15 minutes. Let me know in the comments and the chat if you're on Rumble or if you're on Locals. What you think about these stories, and in fact, just anything really at this point would be of value to me. And we'll be with you on YouTube for about 15 minutes. Then I'm going to be exclusively available on Rumble, and then on Locals later today. And by the way, guys, this is super important. Taylor M. We're talking to, and I wonder if this is written down anywhere on any of these bits of paper. Reslan live for the first ever live episode of Break Bread. Now, yeah, we've not got that written down anywhere, right? So that'll be happening at, does anyone know what time that's happening? Central time. Pardon? 2 Central. So at 2 Central, now that's the sort of thing that it might warrant a graphic, but certainly would warrant presence in the script. All right. So we're going to start off because, again, a lot of what we're covering now is, I suppose, the impact of Christianity and faith in general on the way this election's being discussed and the way that it's being analysed. I want to show you this. This is some students who claim they were kicked out of a Harris campaign rally for proclaiming messages about Jesus. It sounds like an extraordinarily broad claim. Let's have a look at what that was.
Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally.
Oh, right. So it's that famous thing. Well, let's see. Presumably there's some additional coverage.
No, I think you meant to go to the smaller one down the street.
10%.
There's about 5 seconds after or before she tells us to go to the smaller rally down the street. You can see on the video she waves. She was actually waving to me. I took this cross off my neck that I wear, and as we were getting asked to leave, I held it up in the air and waved at her and pointed to her, and she looked directly in the eye, kind of gave me an evil smirk.
We were heckled at, we were cursed at, we were mocked. And that's the biggest thing for me personally, in reflection of the event. Jesus was mocked, his disciples were mocked, and that's okay. In reality, we did God's work. This is what you are going to get with a Kamala Harris presidency. You are going to get the Kamala Harris that alienates over 50% of the U.S. population that is Christian.
That's extraordinary. Okay. This is Tim Waltz has claimed that working class Americans have abandoned the Democrat Party. Thank you. Have abandoned the Democrat Party because of venture capitalism and labor outsourcing. Seems like an extraordinary claim, really, because it's a sort of a deeper ideological fissure that probably began sort of around the Clinton era and certainly was doubled down on when Obama bailed out the banks. Let's have a look.
Senolytics are the biggest discovery for promoting healthy aging. The aging process obviously...
All right. I don't know, man. So listen, I think we're gonna have to take a day off, aren't we, for this? I'm so sorry, guys. I think that they're sort of tech challenges mean that we're gonna have to sort of call this for today, and we'll get back to you tomorrow. I'm so sorry. We're gonna have to call it. All right, guys. Thank you.